For Liz Truss, the day began by the Kremlin, at the tomb of the unknown soldier. A sign of respect for Russia before the difficult diplomacy. She's only been Foreign Secretary 5 months. Sergei Lavrov's been in the job 18 years. A big difference. And there were major differences of opinion. Mr. Lavrov called Western politicians indoctrinated, the British diplomats unprepared. And on the subject of Ukraine...
The
conversation we had was like a deaf person talking to someone who's mute. We were listening to one another, but not hearing each other.
I certainly wasn't mute in our discussions earlier. I put forward the UK's point of view on the current situation and the fact that, as well as seeking to deter Russia from an invasion into Ukraine, we are also very resolute in pursuing the diplomatic path.
What we saw here today was diplomacy without any of the diplomatic niceties. No hint of compromise. Instead, a very public clash between Britain and Russia over Ukraine and over the whole question of European security. It's Moscow's military activity near Ukraine that's causing concern in the West. Like joint drills involving Russia and Belarus. But Mr. Lavrov insisted Russia has no plans for an invasion.
It does stretch credulity that there are no plans when there are 100,000 troops lined up on the Ukrainian border. So we need to see those words from Sergei Lavrov translated into action of de-escalating and moving those troops away from the border.
It feels a little bit as if it's France and not the UK which is sort of leading diplomatic efforts. And we had President Macron in Moscow this week. Is it the case that the UK is sort of playing catch-up here or playing second fiddle?
It's very important that France, the United Kingdom, Germany, the United States and all of our allies are involved in this effort. You know, this is not about alternatives, this is about all working together.
But Russian state TV has been working against Liz Truss, calling her clueless, incompetent.
I think when people resort to personal attacks is when they have no good political argument to make.
This was the first visit by a British Foreign Secretary to Moscow for more than 4 years.
Is that called soft power?
But after a day of very public disagreements, UK-Russian relations feel as frosty as ever. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Moscow.